In the beginning of episode 4, it shows Ryudo's friends who were very surprised by his confession that he is Runa's boyfriend. Everyone there, of course, couldn't believe it. But Runa, with an innocent face, said that it was true. Seeing Runa willing to date someone like Ryudo, their friends now believe that Runa is a kind-hearted woman and all the bad rumors about her are not true. Maria looked very upset, and she walked out of the classroom with a grumpy face. Ryudo ran after Maria. When they were on a quiet staircase, Ryudo asked if it's true that Maria was the one spreading rumors about Runa. Maria confirmed it. She said she wanted to be the number one and wouldn't let Runa take something away from her again. Maria then said that Runa is her twin sister. Of course, Ryudo was very surprised to hear that. Maria mentioned that they didn't look alike because they are not identical twins. Their family name is different from Runa's because their parents divorced when they were in the 5th grade of elementary school, and she took her mother's last name. Now, Ryudo truly believes that Maria is Runa's twin sister. Maria went on to say that, deep down, she hoped she wasn't Runa's twin. Because since childhood, Runa was good at seeking attention and praised by all the family members. Unlike Maria, who tends to withdraw and is bad at expressing her feelings. Finally, only Maria left home, changed her name, and transferred schools. Maria always gave in. At that time, she realized that she wouldn't be loved if she didn't become like Runa. Since then, she changed herself to be loved by everyone. But Runa always remained the number one. Ryudo said that spreading bad rumors about Runa was indeed wrong, but he understood her feelings. Ryudo felt that Maria was just like him. He was also bad at expressing his feelings to others. Ryudo immediately thought that other people hated him. And that's where Ryudo felt the same as Maria. When he saw Runa, Ryudo felt that Runa was very different. Many things surprised him. Runa was always sincere to everyone, natural and straightforward. She was too dazzling. Even if he forced himself to be like Runa, it would only hurt him. Ryudo believed that there would be someone for Maria who truly loved her, and she could be the woman he loved. Maria felt a bit flattered to hear that, and she asked Ryudo to leave her alone. Ryudo then left the place. While walking down the corridor, Ryudo accidentally ran into Runa, but suddenly Naikoru appeared wide-eyed. Ryudo was scared, but it turned out that Naikoru patted Ryudo on the back and praised him for bravely admitting to being Runa's boyfriend in front of so many people. Runa and Ryudo went home from school together. On the way, Runa asked Ryudo why he acknowledged their relationship in front of their classmates. Ryudo then answered that he didn't want people to continue misunderstanding Runa. Runa was touched. It turned out Ryudo did it all for her. Actually, Runa already knew about the rumors, but she didn't care. She also knew that Ryudo already knew about Runa and Maria's relationship. In fact, Runa wanted to tell Ryudo about it, but she hadn't found the right time yet. Runa also shared that her relationship with Maria is quite complicated now and a bit awkward, but she assured that Maria is a kind-hearted woman. Runa then asked if Ryudo knew about her before they started dating. Ryudo said he didn't know about Runa before they started dating, but he likes the Runa he knows now. Ryudo also mentioned that he realized by seeing the current Runa that the past Runa wouldn't have done such things. Runa was happy and grateful to Ryudo. On the other hand, Maria was still alone on the stairs, thinking about Ryudo. She was determined not to fall in love with Ryudo because if that happened, she wouldn't be the number one. The next day, Ryudo felt nervous as he was getting ready for school, thinking about how his friends would surely make fun of him after confessing that he's Runa's boyfriend. However, when he arrived at school, everything seemed to be normal. Ryudo thought that maybe it was because news of people dating is just a passing thing, and there are many other interesting things for the trendy people. After school, Runa and Ryudo stopped at a cafe. Runa mentioned that she also wants to like the things Ryudo likes. She then asked what Ryudo does during his days off. Ryudo replied that he couldn't tell anyone about it. Runa assumed that Ryudo probably does weird or even naughty things. Ryudo, of course, denied that. He immediately said that during his days off, he mostly watches live streams of people playing games. Runa asked, "What's that?" Ryudo then talked about his idol, Ken, a professional gamer he greatly admires. Ryudo kept talking about it, leaving Runa bewildered. As soon as he noticed Runa's confusion, Ryudo realized he had just embarrassed himself. But Runa then said that she wants to watch the live stream. Finally, both of them watched Ken's live stream on Ryudo's phone. While watching together, Ryudo noticed Runa getting closer. It made Ryudo's heart beat rapidly, and as he looked at Runa's tempting lips, he felt the urge to do something. The next day, Ryudo had a chat with Nishi and Ichi. He confessed that he wanted to kiss Runa but didn't know how to go about it. Naturally, they both got angry, wondering why Ryudo would ask such a question to gloomy guys like them. And of course, they were also jealous as to why Ryudo had a girlfriend, unlike the two of them. However, for the sake of their friendship, they were willing to provide tips on how to kiss, suddenly becoming very wise. Of course, they couldn't provide any tips because they had no experience, and they were also very envious of Ryudo. Ryudo then realized that perhaps kissing was too heavy, so he decided to try holding hands first. The next day, Ryudo invited Runa for a date at Ueno Park. Upon hearing this, Runa was very excited because she could go to Ueno Park with Ryudo. They both decided to go there the following weekend. It turned out to be a plan that Ryudo had designed with Ichi and Nishi, where, in order to hold Runa's hand, Ryudo created a scenario to take her on a boat ride. When Runa was about to board the boat, her foot stumbled and Ryudo held her hand to save her. Ryudo imagined this, but the teacher suddenly pointed at him to answer a question. Ryudo was surprised and confused because he hadn't been paying attention. Fortunately, Maria, who was sitting next to him, informed him. Ryudo thanked Maria. Maria suddenly told Ryudo not to hate her. Confused by her statement, Ryudo tried to reassure Maria by saying that he didn't hate her. Maria looked happy and a little bit embarrassed. The weekend arrived, and as planned, Ryudo and Runa were at Ueno Park. When they met, Runa, somewhat hesitantly, told Ryudo that she had packed some food and wanted him to eat it. They found a shaded spot, and Ryudo enjoyed the meal made by Runa. Runa was very happy when Ryudo said that her cooking was delicious. While they were enjoying their meal, a message suddenly arrived on Ryudo's phone from Nikoru. She said that if Ryudo didn't finish the food made by Runa, she would beat him up. After eating, they both headed to the lake to take a swan boat ride. When they reached the edge of the lake, Runa took the initiative to board the boat first. Unexpectedly, just as Ryudo had previously imagined, Runa's foot stumbled, and it seemed like she was about to fall. Ryudo swiftly attempted to catch Runa's hand to save her, but Runa quickly regained her balance and safely entered the boat. Ryudo was greatly disappointed because the opportunity had slipped away. The two of them finally managed to ride the swan boat together. While on the boat, Ryudo thought that he would get another chance when Runa disembarked from the boat. But unexpectedly, Runa smoothly got off the boat without Ryudo's assistance. Eventually, they both decided to head back. During the journey, Ryudo looked gloomy, while Runa seemed very happy to have been on the boat with him. In his heart, Ryudo really wanted to hold her hand, but he didn't want to tell Runa because if he did, Runa would do it and disregard her feelings. Ryudo thought that it would make him the same as Runa's ex-boyfriends. Runa, who had been observing Ryudo's somewhat odd behavior, immediately asked Ryudo if he had something to say. She said that she was sensitive to the atmosphere as her past boyfriends were all the same. This statement left Ryudo confused. Runa then mentioned that she didn't want to break up with him. Runa had actually thought that Ryudo wanted to break up with her. Of course, Ryudo refused this notion. Ryudo then said that he actually wanted to ride the boat again, even though Ryudo's true intention was to have another chance to hold her hand. Now Ryudo had a plan to row the boat, and he took the initiative to board the rowboat first and extended his hand to help Runa get on board. This time, Ryudo's plan succeeded, and he managed to hold hands with Runa, making his heart blossom, of course. While on the boat, Runa said that she was thankful that they had chosen the rowboat because it allowed her to hold Ryudo's hand. Runa explained that lately she had been thinking about holding hands with Ryudo. Upon hearing this, Ryudo also said that he wanted to hold hands with her. Yes, it turned out that they both shared the same thought. Runa got up from her seat, approached Ryudo, and suddenly kissed his lips. The atmosphere became silent for a moment. Ryudo couldn't say anything. Then, as they sat back down, Runa said that she wanted to get closer to Ryudo and wanted to love him. She wanted both of them to fall in love sincerely. Unknowingly, evening had arrived, and as they disembarked, Ryudo extended his hand to help Runa get off the boat. Runa didn't want to let go of his hand and said she wanted to keep it that way a little longer. Ryudo couldn't refuse. They both walked back while holding hands. During the journey, Runa asked Ryudo to call her by her first name, Runa, instead of her last name, Shirakawa, as Ryudo usually did. Ryudo immediately felt tense because he had never called the girl by her first name. Ryudo tried to say Runa's first name, but he stuttered and couldn't continue. Runa understood and said she would wait until Ryudo got used to it. Runa also felt a bit embarrassed when she was holding hands with Ryudo now. Runa also felt that when Ryudo was close to her, she loved him even more. Ryudo was also very happy to have Runa by his side, and in his heart, he promised not to let go of her hand. Elsewhere, Maria was seen working on her school assignment at night while thinking about Ryudo. She was confused about her feelings. She knew that Ryudo's love interest was Runa. Maria then thought that she just needed to become Runa and then steal Ryudo from her.